Hey guys, this is Nick Brown at J-Tech today, and today we are going to be using an overhead crane. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used these cranes before, but it's pretty simple. You just have a big structural crane. This crane's been here since the school has been here. Since before the school was here. This frame of the crane is made of structural steel, kind of like what you basically find out of a building in downtown Jacksonville or some buildings out in New York, blah blah blah. Very simple to use, very convenient crane, because pretty much if you're overhauling an engine, you got a big boom right here, you can lift the head off, or you can lift the whole engine out of an in-frame or out-of-frame rebuild. So with that, we're going to be getting ready for the operation of the crane. Now, first things first, just like anything else, you go ahead and you want to inspect. You want to inspect your boom. You want to inspect your lines. You want to also inspect your functions. You also want to inspect the wires going to the remote of the crane. Okay, so first things first, we're going to inspect the boom. Inspect the hook. Okay, so down here, you just basically want to make sure that there's no cracks inside the hook. Make sure your lock is working properly. Make sure it retracts instead of just falling down. This one does have a little spring inside it that does retract. So, okay. All right. Also want to look at the hook. Make sure it's not cracked. Make sure it's not welded or brazed in any kind of way. Look at your pulleys down in the rope sling, rope pulley, and make sure they're not binding. You can pretty much tell because when you start lifting it, the cord will start to bind. It won't roll up into the pulley that well. So you'll notice right off the back before you even start lifting anything. Okay. Also want to make sure it spins. Make sure your hook spins. And one of the last things I want to point out is your wires. Okay. These wires, if they are bent in any kind of way where you cannot get them straight, that means they're pretty much compromised. They've been weakened, because whenever you take a piece of metal and you bend it, you create a weak point. And these little tiny little strands inside here, that creates a weak point in them. So therefore, you definitely don't want to be lifting any heavy weight with something that has been compromised, any kind of metal that's been compromised that you're using. Okay, pretty simple system. Just go ahead and look over your boom one last time. Okay, now we go to the remote. Okay, here are all your controls down here. Here's your safety stop switch right up here. You want to inspect the wire real quick. This one, it's just been taped. This wire right here is basically the hanging wire, just to make sure it doesn't just hang lower. Okay, this isn't an actual electrical wire. This is just a hanging wire, so that's why it's just taped here. Okay, there's tape up here because it was once connected here, but other than that, the wire's in a very good condition, very functional condition. It's not cut open to where it could possibly ground out anything and electrocute someone possibly. So with that, we're going to go into the controls of the crane. Very simple system, self-explanatory. Up, you're going to be going up just like that with the hook. Now on this button, if you press it halfway down, it goes a really slow speed. I mean, you can barely even tell it's moving in the video. Now you can go really fast speed if you press it all the way down. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and we're going to lift it up just a little bit. We're going to make sure it goes down too. Now this one has a lockout switch or a shut-off switch where if you're going all the way up to where the actual crane is, crane motors are, it's going to all of a sudden stop before it gets up to the farthest point on the pulleys. Okay, that's a cutout switch. Also, if it hits the ground, it also has a cutout switch. Okay, now we're going to move the crane back and forth. Okay. You just basically want to operate it, make sure you're pretending like you're holding a heavy load of some sort. Sort of kind of bump it, make sure it's not swinging back and forth too much. Like that. But at the same time, guys, whenever you are operating one of these things, you're going to have a lead that's attached to the object that you're lifting, or that you're raising, basically. So that way you can control it. Either that or somebody else is going to be over here controlling the lead as well. Okay. Basically, just test the rest of the functions on the remote. Okay, this is to make sure the load can go back and forth. These buttons down here, this is to operate the hook. Now to operate the crane going back and forth on the rack. Very simple. Okay, that's these buttons down here. This button is to make it go that way, and then the bottom button down here is to make it go the opposite way, basically. Okay, very simple system, very easy to use, very convenient system. Okay, so basically after that we've operated all the controls on this crane, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to test our safety switch. We're going to have to spin it. See, you gotta spin it and push it in, and guess what? No controls. Okay, next thing you want to do, go ahead and spin it and pull it out. Okay, and guess what? Now I have controls again. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lower it. Alright guys, this is my overhead crane video. I'm not gonna go into depth though on how to operate this thing. Just make sure, guys, be safe, use common sense. Whenever you're lifting something, make sure you look up the operator's manual of how to lift something. If you're lifting something really heavy, you definitely want to make sure you're using the right slings. Okay, guys? Alright, so with that, this concludes my crane operating video. So, hope you guys enjoyed. So, we'll see you guys later.